Hey guys, it's Appleminte. Welcome back again to my channel and Happy New Year! It is the last day of the year today and I honestly can't believe that 2021 came and went so quickly. At least for me, it felt like it went by pretty fast, but wherever you are in the world, if New Year's has already passed for you or not, I hope you have a wonderful new year and start to your year on January 1st. But anyway, for today's video, you can tell by the title that we are going to have some fun. But before I get into more about it, I want to thank today's video sponsor. I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Tears of Themis, which is created by MiHoYo, who also make Genshin Impact, which you might know, so you know it'll be quality. Go through the main story to uncover the truth behind the incidents in the city of Stellis. Play the role of detective and gather evidence through interrogation and inspection, and make your case in court. You can also form romantic connections with the 4 male characters in the game and increase your affection level with them through individual stories, messages, video calls, and mini-games. The beautiful dynamic artwork of the game, as well as the voice acting, really adds to the immersive experience. The game's upcoming event, A Love Poem to Scotty, will be launched on January 1st, 2022, which is tomorrow. You can travel to Scotty Island and explore the abandoned mansion to unravel a marvelous story. There are 4 brand new cards to collect, as well as 4 new invitations. With the new event coming tomorrow, now is a great time to get into the game, and you can download it using the links in my description box below. So thank you again to Tears of Themis for being today's awesome video sponsor. So today's video is a continuation of my series where I draw fast food restaurant chains as people, and it's been over a year since I did the last one, but it got a lot of positive feedback when I did it and I've gotten a lot of requests since. So for this restaurant that I've decided to do, which Ryan made the argument that he didn't think it was fast food, but when I searched fast food chains to get ideas, it did come up and I wanted to do it. So this is IHOP, so breakfast, pancakes, you know, the whole thing. And so I wanted to do it, and yes, it could be controversial. Is it fast food? I don't know, but it's a chain, it's a restaurant chain. So I guess in my head that falls under this umbrella of drawing these restaurants as people. So let's not get too bogged down with the specifics. So for her design, I immediately thought like cafe maid I wanted to go with, especially because she's very anime. I wanted to make her so, you know, I had a lot of fun with this concept, and I tried a few different iterations of what kind of maid outfit I would want on the side before I went in and did it here, and this was my favorite that I was able to come up with. I looked at a bunch of different references online, and so I really wanted to go with this style, and I think it's really cute. And IHOP's logo has blue, red, and white. It's very simple. Actually, it's just blue and red, but I'm using white as a base. It's very simple. So for her pose, I wanted to make her, I don't know, I had a vision in my head of her sitting surrounded by pancakes and holding, you know, a tray as if she's going to serve it. So I did a really, really rough sketch, as you can see, and just, it's basically like a stick figure in a way. And that really helps me to just see where everything needs to lie before I actually go in and do a proper sketch. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm using a rough pencil in Procreate to do this sketch and just really lay out where everything needs to be before I actually go in and line it. And so, I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest here before I go into more details about the drawing. So for my videos like this, I always do 2 characters. I always do, you know, one at the beginning, one at the end, and because I like to do more than one thing, I will say that this one took me a very, very long time. I don't know why. I think it's just because I got really into it and I really added a lot of detail in this. I think I spent like 10 hours on it, maybe more, on the span of like 2 to 3 days on and off, you know. So I spent a lot of time doing this, but I really, really like the whole thing, the drawing as a whole. So to me, it was worth it. Like, it came to the point where it was Thursday, which I guess, you know, yesterday. And I was still working on this drawing, and I'm like, I have to get this editing done. I have to do the second character. And I just decided that, like, I was going to put my all into this one and really take my time rather than trying to rush through the rest of it and make something I wasn't happy with just to have a second one. So unfortunately I only have this one for this video, but hopefully you can still appreciate it and enjoy the detail and work that I put into it. And I was able to slow down the footage a little more than usual just because I didn't have to fit in a second drawing. So you can see a little bit more of what I'm doing at a little better of a pace. So right now I am lining it, which I always speed up the line art a lot more compared to the rest of the drawing in my videos, because you already saw me sketch it. You don't need to see me line it forever. So that is why I typically just kind of breeze through that part of it, if you want to put it that way. But anyway, like I said, her colors only have white, blue, and red. So I wanted to make blue the main color of the skirt. Obviously I used white for the apron and just the details of the undershirt that she's wearing with the puffy sleeves, gloves, and then I also wanted to make her socks white. So white is like a pretty prevalent color here, whereas red is pretty much like a small accent color, but that's also because in the logo, red is pretty much just a little line on the bottom. So it's mostly blue. So white is the most used here, then blue, and then red. And I went with brown hair because I think it's a nice neutral base to this. I don't like crazy hair colors in general as much. Personally, I guess as I've gotten older and I've gotten, I guess, more practice in what I do, I tend to like more natural looking or more realistic looking characters. That's just what I feel like I'm better at thinking of and what I like more. So I don't tend to give crazy hair colors as much sometimes, but I just think the brown is really nice and it makes her look really sweet, especially with her hair being so wavy and long, which I will say the hair was the thing that took me, aside from the line art took me a long time, but the hair was the thing that took me the second most amount of time because there's so many strands and so many pieces to it. And I did add a lot of detail as well, but I try not to sit in one area for too long because like it's for a video, so I need to keep to a certain amount of time. Sometimes people ask me, how do you know how long to spend on a drawing for a video, or how do you manage your time? And I really just try to keep an eye on the clock. Like when I have multiple drawings to do, whether it's 2 or 3, I will kind of know how much detail I should put into them. Therefore, I know, how many hours I should kind of roughly spend on them. And I've done it so many times that I do typically stick, like for digital artworks, I'll typically be about 5 to 6 hours for one. And so I get to do 2 of them within a 2 to 3 day period. This one, however, like I said, took me about the time I would take to do 2 of them. But I really just went all in on it. I really don't, and it was, the thing was, I didn't get distracted either. I was really focused on this drawing. I think I don't know. I kept changing some little things and it's a whole thing. But hopefully you like her and hopefully you think that she looks good. But I feel like I could also make her into a print. I could even take the IHOP logo away if I wanted to. But I did put the logo on her skirt. I do like to add the restaurant logo somewhere in the drawing when I do these. So for this one, I put it right on the apron because I felt like that was a good spot to place it. But I will say I had a lot of fun coloring in the breakfast foods too. Like just the little detail on them I had fun with. I don't typically draw, I guess, food props as much. So props, is that the right word for this? Food items. But yeah, I like the way that those came out as well. Anyway, my drawing is coming to an end here, a close, whatever you want to call it. So I really want to thank you guys for sticking with me in 2021. I know that this year has been another crazy year for everybody, and I'm really hoping 2022 is going to be even, hopefully better. But, who can say at this point? But I just want to say thank you for watching my channel, subscribing, supporting me, whatever way you've supported me this year. I really appreciate it. So I hope you guys have a wonderful 2022. And also, as always, I have all my links in my description box below. The link to my online store, Patreon Pin Club, Discord server, Instagram, and also the link to our wonderful sponsor for today's video. So please check those out. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys all next week in 2022, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye.